Christy.
Hello, Alan.
Welcome to London, Leonardo. We're going to talk about Cyber UK, which is still April, but will soon be looming large in our diaries and our calendars. And I think for the first time, Cyber UK is going to be in Belfast this year, which we're all looking forward to. So first time in Northern Ireland. I'm going to try and get your take on what a day in the life looks like for the MoD CSO event like that. So do you get to look around properly, see all the cool tech, or is it simply whisk from meeting to meeting? So what does a day in the life of the MoD CSO look like at Cyber UK?
I was in Wales last year, and I have to say it was a rather hectic time, and my outer office said to me at one stage, Christine, can you take any more than 3 steps before somebody else walks up to you and asks you to come and speak to them, or someone that I've worked with in previous years. So it is walking onto that floor where all the stands are is a very tricky thing to manoeuvre, I have to say. But I have to say I thoroughly enjoyed it because I caught up with so many people that actually sometimes it's really difficult to get meetings into diaries and the likes, and just to be able to have some of those conversations when you're there is actually saves lots of time post the event. But try to balance going in and seeing some of the big presentations as well, because I think there's a lot of really, really good content. And the theme this year is all about open and resilient digital future, and resilience is certainly the hot topic. Yeah. And so actually I think it'll be a really good conference, and I'm looking forward to it, even although there is all that sort of floor to deal with.
Well, it's brilliant to hear that it's still a networking event for you. A lot of us go there, and that's the big opportunity to network and see so many people. So it's good to see that's still the same for someone like yourself as well.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So when you look forward, I don't know if you've seen the agenda or people have started telling you what you're going to do. So what are the any specific events that you'll be supporting as MoD CISO there, or anything you'd be recommending we look at when you prioritise for the agenda then?
So I know at this stage I think I'm only on one panel, and I'm on there's a view from the CISOs and government type session, which I'm presenting on. You can bet I'll be slipping my favourite 3 words of secure by design into where anything that I'm doing like that. So I think that's good. But when I go to these things, and I always say about the MoD strategy is in terms of actually we're still all about back to basics, doing good things well, and how do we move that forward at the same time looking at innovation and things like operational technology rather than just IT all the time, and so starting to try and be a bit broader in terms of who is there, and always keen to look at the SME market as well, and just to see what's happening and what's coming through in the UK. I think it's really interesting.
Okay, cool. So apart from networking with as many people as possible, what does a good look like as an outcome for you from the event? What's going to make you feel satisfied when you're back on that plane? Back from Belfast?
I think we've had some good conversations, and we've, sometimes it's about resolving challenges with some projects that we've got as well, and we can say, hey Alan, that programme that you're running, could you just divert it this way a little bit? But that all that stuff's quite a useful, to spend, what will it be, 2.5 days or so. Actually, if you're able to do some work on your current projects as well as seeing what's actually out there. Actually, to me, that's success. And if I've saved hours and hours in my diary post that, I think that's good.
Yeah, so learning and working, that's the thing. I guess kind of an attached question to this. So Lindy Cameron, who I think Northern Ireland born as well, so I'm sure she's looking forward to this NCSC event in Belfast. So the relationship between NCSC and MoD, so how does that work? What's that like?
So I think the relationship between MoD and the NCSC is really close. I guess you would expect that in the national security world. And, we see it in lots of different ways, from whether it's, just the bigger resilience agenda that NCSC has in terms of driving through government and industry, in terms of, they put pressure on us as well as industry in terms of what, how do we make the UK, a safer place to do business. We also work really closely on them with, things like high-grade crypto, in terms of, we're really close in that respect. We work on incidents and intelligence sharing. So there's just loads and loads of different sort of categories of how we work together. And, that's happening every day, in terms of when there are liaison officers sit between the organisations, so that that we're fully embedded together. So, it's a really good working partnership.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well, thank you for the time today.
You're welcome.
Really good to talk to you.
And you, thank you.